Welcome to eRoboLabs. So in today's class, I will introduce a free 3D sculpting tool called SculptGL. I will explain about the user interface, the basic operations, and how to sculpt a model using SculptGL. So all you have to do is type SculptGL on the search bar. Once the search results appears, click on the first link. So this is how your web page will look like. So what is SculptGL? SculptGL is a free 3D sculpting tool that can be used with any web browser. No registration or download is required to use it. Anyone can easily sculpt a model by simply accessing the URL for SculptGL. This online software allows you to sculpt an object using tools like brushes, creases, pinch, twist, etc. So these are the tools. This software also supports pressure sensitive tablets. So now I'll show you how to switch the languages. You can look over here. Languages are given. You can change the language by selecting the language in the top menu. Now next is Scene tab. In the Scene tab, a scene is generated when creating an object. You can delete the generated scene by selecting Clear Scene. And then you can add objects using this add buttons. You can use add sphere, add cube, add cylinder, add torus. And using these shapes, you can create any object that you desire. Now below add objects, there are options required for sculpting such as show contour, show grid and show mirror line. And then next that we have is history tab. So in history tab, you can undo and redo. So now there is a shortcut key available using which you can undo and redo. For undo you can use Ctrl Z and for redo you can use Ctrl Y. And then you can also set the maximum times you want to undo the operations. From here, look over here. From here you can change the maximum settings. And then next we have this camera option. So in the camera tab, you can change the appearance of the scene. You can switch views with the view buttons. You can easily access them with shortcuts. Then next up that we have is extra user interface. So in the extra user interface tab, you can change the color of the entire window. But be aware that you can change it just temporarily. You cannot save this color setting. And then next that we have is tablet pressure. In the tablet pressure, you can adjust the pressure sensitivity of your pen tablet. When you don't have a tablet connected, the parameters on this tab do nothing. Now the next that we have is background tab. In the background tab, you can change the background of the scene. You can import an image by selecting image. Now how to navigate in the SculptGL. For an example, let us take a sphere and I'll show you how to navigate. For the scale, you have to scroll the middle button on your mouse. If you are using a mouse, you have to scroll on the middle button. And for panning, drag the middle button so this is how panning works. And then for tumble, drag the right button of your mouse. See. So these are all you need to navigate in SculptGL. So now let us start sculpting. So let us just try to create an object. For instance, let us try to create a rabbit. So first thing that we'll do here is let us use this tool called drag and set its radius on 80. And make sure to turn on the mirror line, show mirror line. So this mirror line will help you create the objects appropriately. Now let us just drag the ears for this rabbit. Now let us take brush and let us set its radius on 12. Now let's make the eyes for this rabbit. Now next draw the mouth. So we'll use crease tool and set its radius to 20 and change the intensity from 75 to 30. So now let us just create this face. Now next create the tail. So for tail we'll use brush. Let us set its radius on 30 and intensity on 15. Now let us turn this, as we have to create the tail. We'll be creating it on the back side. So now let us get back to the front side. And now let us create the arms. So for creating arms we'll use drag tool and set its radius on 40. Now let us drag hands. in a similar way, we'll create its legs. So now let's color this rabbit. We're trying to create a rabbit, but looks like it's something else. So now for paint, let us set the radius on 255, 224, and then intensity on 75. So let's just color the face, mouth of this model. Now let us paint the mouth as well with the black color. And eyes as well. So this completes the sculpting model. So now let us export this model. So for exporting, we'll go to the files and save it as object to export this model. So once this is saved, you can also save this file by selecting save SGI. Sorry, SGL. That is SculptGL. So now let us see how this looks. So in the object format, this is how your object will look in the 3D model. So now apart from this, you can also import the SculptGL data by accessing SculptGL and selecting Files, Import or Export. So now let us use this method called go to Sketchfab. Okay. So let's just end this video over here.